Think about something that you use nearly every day and couldn't imagine how you would get by without it. Is it this? Or maybe this? Well, this level of reliance should be what we strive for with Mastering Chemistry. Dave Tyson posted this grid on Facebook a few weeks ago. It's something I haven't seen since business school, but it got me thinking about how it really applies to Mastering Chemistry. We have 90% of our Gen Chem adopters using Mastering, and the fall is the perfect time to make sure they're maximizing their usage to the point where they couldn't imagine teaching their course without it. We can elevate our satisfied customers to delighted by raising the level of importance and their results. Obviously, moving customers to delight and even advocacy can ensure sales every semester and potentially even have a greater impact on other schools in your area. The goal of this video is to offer suggestions from the chemistry team, LTSs, and faculty advisors about ways to optimize mastering usage to the point where your instructors couldn't get by without it. As we well know, every adoption is different. If it's been a while since you've really sat down and had a conversation with your users about their goals and how they are implementing mastering, this is always a good place to start. There's a lot of new ways people are teaching in chemistry now, whether they're flipping the classroom or doing new hybrid and online models, or they just want to achieve any of the results below. How they select their questions and implement their courses will vary based upon their goals. Also, don't forget how many enhancements and new content are being added to mastering all the time. Now, new content is easy to identify in the item library since it's denoted with the new icon. The goals of the course should match up with the types of questions that are being selected. Is there a method to the way the instructors are selecting questions? There should be. Are they using a mix of tutorials, media assets, and end-of-chapter questions that benefits all types of learners? Pairing questions is also a great strategy. Many users pair tutorial questions with EOC questions that cover the same topic. This allows students to work through a problem with a little more help, like a tutorial, and then test their knowledge with an end-of-chapter question. There are a couple of case studies in our newest Making the Grade white paper that show fantastic results with this strategy. Also, instructors often select text because they like the pedagogical value that the author presents. If you like this in the book, why not emulate this in mastering? After all, one of the biggest advantages in mastering is our author involvement and integration between the text and the online system. Take TRO, a molecular approach, 3rd edition, for example. One of the most highly reviewed and used elements of TRO are the conceptual connections. These allow students to check their understanding of a topic conceptually before moving on to a quantitative question. These are also all coded into Mastering Chemistry. So think about assigning a conceptual connection and then a more quantitative question on the same topic. The IWEs, or interactive worked examples, offer a great opportunity for this. These cover the 40 toughest worked examples in the book and follow the same Neva-TRO problem-solving methodology that he presents in the text. If you've shown these throughout the semester, you'll probably also remember that these feature Neva-TRO's voice. Then once students have practiced a conceptual question and problem solving, you can follow up with a self-assessment question quiz like the one they would see on an exam. These self-assessment quizzes have been received incredibly well, and the chemistry team would suggest assigning these as a best practice in every single TRO AMA course. Don't forget that Neva-TRO is on the ACS exam board and modeled these after American Chemical Society test questions. These are at the end of every chapter and coded algorithmically into mastering with links that direct the student back to the e-text. We will also be putting together pre-built assignments containing these questions later in the summer that instructors can simply drag and drop onto their calendar. What a great resource for test review as well. So now instructors have tested students conceptually, quantitatively, and offered review through the self-assessment quizzes. This can work for most books and mastering courses. TRO is just one example. The Go Figure and Give It Some Thought questions in Brown-LeMay also give you the opportunity to apply this strategy. You can match these with tutorials and EOCs. We will also be adding more of these with the new edition of Brown-LeMay in January. Also, we feel it's important to know that the BLB authors actually use the data in mastering regarding difficulty level and most and least used questions to revise the questions in the book. That's a pretty powerful example of integration. Now, the last two examples were general chemistry. This can also work for other courses like GOB. This is an area where we have very high market share, but lower mastering registrations than something like Gen Chem. This is largely due to instructors not being aware of all of our great assets and how to use mastering in the best way. Take Timberlake 4th edition, for example. The Pause and Predict videos have had an overwhelmingly positive reaction in GOB and have been very useful as pre-lecture assignments. Also, did you know the key math skills and core chemistry skills sections from the book are coded into mastering? These are great from homework. Also, the combining ideas sections in the book are coded into mastering and perfect for test reviews because they combine skills from multiple chapters. You'll also see many of these features in Timberlake 12E when it revises in January as well. Instructors that use mastering most successfully also use it strategically to complement what they're already doing in their course through lecture. What if you had instructors using mastering before, during, and after every class? This is a pretty great way to make it integral to their course. Some strategies for doing this is where we will pick up in part 2 of this video.